Hey y'all, it's the girl Curly Kiki and welcome back to my channel. Now if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscription button below the video, and to all my returning subscribers, a warm welcome. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this hairstyle with these 24 inches locks. Now this is a perfect vacation summertime look. If you're interested in seeing how I created this hairstyle, let's jump right into the video. I begin by creating my sections for the braids that I'm going to create. So I make my first part, then the second part as I'm showing. Next I move to the front just so that I can have even sections. Once I'm done, I make these smaller braids and this is what it looks like. Next I move on to working on the front section of my hair. When working on the front of my hair, I always start with the center, and once I'm satisfied I part going downwards to create these smaller sections as demonstrated in the video. My next steps are to separate the hair for the smaller braids. When doing a protective hairstyle, it's important to make sure your hair is well taken care of under the protective style. Therefore, for my hair, I made sure that it was well moisturized and everything under there because it is going to be installed for a couple weeks. Hence, I would love to have healthy hair growth under there. My next step will be to calculate how many braids I have in my hair, so therefore I'll know how many locks I'm going to need to install. For the front, I have 32 braids I created, and for the back, it's 27 braids. So therefore, I'm going to need 59 locks in total. The locks comes in 12 per pack, so in total I'm gonna need 5 packs of the locks, and you usually get 6 packs in the bundle, so you have more than enough for your hair. So the locks, it's not that straight, but I do want the locks to lay flat, lay straight. So what I'm gonna do is steam the hair to get it straight. To do so, I'm using a regular clothes steamer. You can use whatever you have lying around, or possibly even hot water. It's up to you to use what you have to get the hair straight, as that is the main goal. If you look closely, you'll notice that the one that I steam is a bit more straight and nice and laid down, and the one that was taken out of the pack directly, it is a bit wrinkled and stuff. Now it doesn't make a huge difference when you're doing your hair, but I wanted that nice straight look. For wrapping the roots, I'm going to be using this generic spring twist here. It is pre-fluff, so it does take away some time when doing the hair prep, and I believe these are in 18 inches. The spring twist here, it also comes pre-separated even though it is pre-fluff, which makes it a little easier for separating the pieces to be used. When using these spring twists here for wrapping, I prefer to work with the spring twist here in a shorter length, so I am going to cut the hair in half. And I do try to get the hair as even as possible, so I do stretch the hair when I measure it in half, and then I proceed to cut the hair in half. The pre-separated spring twist here, it does save some time for when you're sorting the hair, so I like using these. Any brand is going to work, any generic brand. I usually purchase most of my hair on Amazon because it's cheaper and you get deals and stuff. So for each one of these pieces that I had cut in half, I'm going to use 4 pieces. I'm going to get 4 pieces out of these for the locks. When taking the hair for the locks, the thicker the piece of hair you take out, the thicker the roots is going to be. So if you want your roots to be flat, thin, laying down nice, you can use a small piece. It's just a thin piece of hair, like a really thin piece. So this is going to be for one lock, the lock itself, and the loop. So the loop for the lock, you can see the hole. You're going to put the crochet needle through that hole, and the piece of hair, you're going to put it on the hook. So we're going to put the hair onto the hook there. Latch the hook and then pull the hair through the loop. When you pull the hair through, you can make sure to leave it uneven for wrapping, and I guess I'll explain this later on. And that's it. So it's the same procedure for all the locks. To make the process go faster in terms of adding the hair, this is what I do. So this is how the hair comes pre-looped. I already have all the hair sorted out that I'm going to need to feed into the loops. Not sure if you can see it, but it's already laid out on my dresser. And once you have all the loops laid out, it's very easy to quickly, and it's simpler to pull the shorter piece through. I'm not sure why I pulled the longer piece. The end, and you want to put the hair short and long, so it's very easy to pull the shorter side through and you have the long. This is 1 pack. So this is the hair. This is how much locks I'm gonna have in my hair. Everything is added and it's time to install the lock. I'll be using this to the front and I'm gonna be using Shine and Jam to the back. So I'm gonna add just a bit, not much. Once you add the Shine and Jam, you can use a comb to smoothen it out, just to define the parts. I begin by placing the crochet needle through the center of my braid itself, and I'm pulling the spring twist here through the same the same spot where I put the crochet needle through, and I am holding my hair together with the spring twist here, or the lock itself, together, and I begin wrapping the hair from the bottom or from the roots to secure the lock to my hair. Now hopefully you can see clearly from this angle. If not, I will show you at another angle to the front and simply explain again. Now once I wrap enough to the roots of my hair and I'm satisfied with how tight it is or how secure the lock is to my hair, I begin wrapping the hair downwards to create that butterfly effect on the lock itself, and you simply wrap until you are finished with the spring twist here. Just be sure to wrap every single piece of the hair, and this is what is going to keep the hair secured, and I promise you the hair will not unravel once you make sure everything is wrapped neatly. For the front and only the front, I'm using the locked in gel. For the rest of my hair, I'm using the Shine and Jam. The product is really to tame the flyaway hair, and you can either use your fingers or a comb to apply the product. The comb is better because you can comb through the products in your hair and have it distributed easily or easier. And once you're finished with the comb, you can always smoothen with your fingertips. For installing the locks to the front of my hair, it's the same procedure I used as for the back of my hair. So if you look closely, you'll see that I have the spring twist here sort of uneven when installing it to my hair, and I am putting the crochet needle through the center of my braids and pulling that spring twist here through my hair before I begin that wrapping process. Now when working on my hair, I found that it was a bit faster to install all the locks for that particular row and then do the wrapping for all the locks in that row. So I already installed the first one, I'm doing the second one, and next you're gonna see me install the third and the fourth one before I start wrapping my hair. And for me, this helped to save time. I mean, you can use whatever method you like. It's always about a try and an error when it comes to me doing my hair, trying different methods to see what works best. Now when it's time to install or start wrapping the hair, you may want to clip the ones you installed away from your hair because you don't want it to get caught up in the wrapping process for that particular lock. Now for wrapping, I'm doing the same as I did to the back of my hair. I am wrapping the roots of my hair while holding the lock and my hair together, and I'm wrapping it only for a few wraps just to make sure the hair is secured and tight enough as I would like it. Once I realize the roots is tight enough by doing probably about 5 wraps or 6, it all depends, then I start wrapping downwards on my hair. So the main part for securing your hair or getting a nice tight hold is the roots. Once you're comfortable with how tight the roots are, you can begin wrapping loosely and wrapping downwards. You don't want to wrap the entire hair too tight downwards because you're not going to get a nice flow. But once you wrap loosely when you're wrapping downwards, you're going to get a really nice flow of your hair. The entire thing is going to be like a nice soft lock in a sense. So the entire lock is going to be nice and soft and flowy. You're not going to have any issues. When wrapping your hair, there may be times when it may seem like, okay, you have run out of wrapping hair and you may need to add another piece of hair to continue the wrapping process to fully conceal or cover your hair. All you need to do is add another piece of spring twist here. So you don't really need to use a really long piece of spring twist here, but just get a piece that is long enough that can fully cover whatever hair that was not covered previously when wrapping. So here is an example of where my hair is a bit longer than how many I needed or how much spring twist I used. So I'm adding an extra piece of spring twist here to my hair. So I'm simply holding that spring twist here to my hair and I'm wrapping downwards to sort of cover or conceal that little loop for the spring twist here, and I'm wrapping going downwards. That is going to secure that extra piece or that feeding piece of spring twist, and it's going to allow you to conceal whatever part of your hair that was not concealed previously with the first feeding piece of hair, if that makes any sense. Hopefully you can see what I mean by looking at the video, and all you have to do is wrap downwards with your spring twist here until you use every little piece of the hair. Now this is the final outcome of the hairstyle. This is what it's looking like once I am finished with doing my hair. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Because of the braiding pattern that I used, this hair can be worn in like a side part, center part. It can go all up in one, it can do half up, half down, and 2 and 3, and however you want to put it because of the braiding pattern. And it's very easy to refresh this hairstyle if it's grown out a bit. So this hairstyle can last you a couple months if it's taken care of very well, because you can wash the hair while it's in the locks, and if your locks do hold up, you can be sure to reuse the locks as well in another hairstyle or for a later time. I have done it before, and I do have a video up on my channel where I showed how the hair looks if you reuse locks. So I'll be sure to link this here in the description below, and probably the link to any of the wrapping hair that I used as well. I'll probably try to put it below. If I can't find the wrapping hair, you can use any generic spring twist hair for wrapping this hairstyle. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for staying until the end. Please do hit that subscription button below the video if you have not yet subscribed, and leave me a comment in the comment section below letting me know what you think about the hairstyle. You know, don't forget to leave that comment in the comment section below. It will be greatly appreciated. So y'all, until next time.